Throughout the nation, protesters continue to speak out against the death of 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good. An ICE agent shot and killed Good as she drove her SUV on an icy Minneapolis street Wednesday morning.
This is very, very wrong, and we want them to stop.
I think they're going to start shooting into crowds to discourage people from protesting. I wouldn't put anything past them.
Friday, CBS News obtained cell phone video from the ICE agent's point of view. Good's wife is also seen outside the SUV filming the encounter. The agent approaches the SUV and circles around to the driver's side. Another agent tells Good to get out. She drives, then shots ring out. The Trump administration maintains the ICE agent acted in self-defense.
And we will always be protecting ICE, and we're always going to be protecting our Border Patrol and our law enforcement.
On Saturday, Minneapolis's mayor praised those who continue.
All right, did you hear that key point? He's going to be always protecting
peacefully.
ICE.
We are a safe city.
All right, his ICE.
We will not
and
counter
Patrol.
Donald Trump's chaos with our own brand of chaos here. We in Minneapolis are going to do this right.
Okay.
Friday night saw some arrests, and he implored demonstrators to remain peaceful. Usher Qureshi, CBS News, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
One was ICE agents in Minnesota. This one was Customs and Border Patrol agents in Portland, Oregon. They shot.
Okay, here's his next TikTok. All right.
ICE agents in Minnesota. This one was Customs and Border Patrol agents in Portland, Oregon. They shot.
All right, Customs and Border Patrol agents. All right, they
two individuals.
Shot these two, AKA. All right, quotation marks on both sides. Venezuelan gang members here in Portland, Oregon. Okay, United States. That's why I said here, because hey. And this happened a day after. Okay, a day after. ICE shot this American Edomite lady. They showed you the picture of when she was pregnant. The ICE agent shot this the American lady. Okay, in the face. Not in the face, but they shot her. All right, out of self-defense. And who's backing up ICE? Who's protecting ICE? Trump. And who's protecting Border Patrol agents? Donald Trump. Okay, so Trump, he's with these, Border Patrol and ICE agents. He's giving them immunity to do this to our own. To their own American citizens, man. Okay. And who knows that in this Venezuelan shooting, all right, talking about these two Venezuelan supposed gang members getting shot. All right, who knows if they're actually Venezuelan gang members or if and whatnot. Okay, and this was by Border Patrol agents. Okay, drive safe to the police. Okay. Right after, in the same time as Donald Trump is doing what to Venezuela, or he attacked Venezuela and took their president. And now look, Border Patrol agents in Portland, all right, shot, injured two supposed Venezuelan gang members, man. This is all sounding very fishy and whatnot.
They claimed the same exact thing. They were fearing for their lives. They were trying to protect themselves and others. The vehicle, they were trying to ram the vehicle into them, so they shot them. But in this case, in Portland, Oregon, things are a little bit strange. Now, they're claiming that the two individuals left the scene of this shooting. Yeah, they were allowed to leave. They fled the scene, and they claim that these individuals are a part of a Venezuelan gang. You heard me correctly, Venezuelan gang. Now, if you guys haven't seen the news, we captured the Venezuelan president. Now we're capturing Venezuelan gang members. If 2 + 2 is 4, okay, so this is giving very much script.
Yeah, 2 + 2 = 4. All right, common sense, people. talking about, you know, you Americans, you listeners, all right? Because us brothers in this truth, all right, us men in this truth, we know exactly what's going on, man. All right, we know well and sure, you know, damn well what's going on. You know, these elites, all right, that run America, that tell Trump what to do, and Trump sends orders to his ICE agents and Border Patrol agents, you know, whatnot. What are they doing? They're going after U.S. citizens, okay? All right, and Venezuelans, all right, they're brown, all right, they look Latino, they are Latino, you know, they look Mexican. And then Trump also, you know, he attacked Nigeria, all right, a week ago, all right, and Nigerians are black, and they're Southern Kingdom, okay? So, hey, Trump is coming down upon you tribes, Revelation 12:12, all right? Let's get that. I wasn't going to get it, but, you know. Revelation 12:12, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. All right, this is talking about the Israelites mainly, okay? Ye heavens, all right, when it's talking about, it says rejoice ye heavens, all right? When it says ye heavens, it's talking about the Lord's chosen people, man, all right? Because we're referred to, it's another like nickname in the Bible for the Lord's chosen people, Yasharallah, all right, ye heavens, okay? And woe to the inhabitants of the earth, all right? Those that, you know, specifically right here in America, all right? Because the eyes of the Lord are fixed, all right, on the sinful kingdom, aka America. It doesn't say America in the Bible, but hey, if you're walking spiritually minded and reading the Bible, you know that sinful kingdom is talking about America, okay? For the devil, we all know who the devil is. If you're in this truth, we know better, man. We know the devil is a so-called white man. Trump, you know, the elites that control Trump, okay? We know who the devil is, man. All right? For the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You know, at the same time with all these attacks and, you know, these wars upon rumors of wars, all right, you know, World War III, you know, speeding up, you know, the MOTB, Revelation 13 and 16, the RFID micro C-hip, all right, chip, okay, you can't, you know, it's coming to pass too, man, all right, we're inching closer and closer, we're at the door, basically, man, of the RFID, come on, man, the RFID micro chip being made mandatory, man. All right, for people to take it. All right, you given the option to take it or don't take it, man. All right, that option being made mandatory. Okay, you know, these countries. All right, these major powers in the world. All right, they declared a race against each other to 6G. All right, and they declared that 6G technology is going to be the technology that powers, all right, the micro C-hip, all right, and what else? Elon Musk, all right, he wants to mass produce, all right, he's planning on mass producing brain chips, all right, for what? We know why. Neuralink, all right, which is the inside your forehead part of Revelation 13 and 16, okay? Because it says your right hand or in your forehead, all right, in your forehead, which means linked to your brain, all right? So, hey, man, we're in beautiful times, man. We ain't in no time to be fucking around, to be effing off, to be falling out of the truth, to be pushing false doctrine, all right? To be going back into this world, because this world is about to be destroyed, man. And the signs are everywhere, okay? And if you don't see the signs, it's because the Lord is blinding your mind, man. Okay? Because, hey, man, with all these prophecies coming to pass, there's still false prophets. All right, men in the circumcision. All right? Men in this truth falling out of the truth, man. That's how you know, hey, this, you know, we don't control our lives, man. Yahweh Shemiah Shai controls every aspect of our life. And that's all, you know, that's how you know all we could do is pray and hope, all right, because we're prisoners of hope, like the scriptures say, all right, and be diligent, all right, to Yahweh Shema Shai, okay, because some of the men that have fallen out of this truth lately, they were diligent men, you know, but they didn't have a choice to stay in the truth or fall out of the truth. The Lord chose them to fall out of the truth, man, to be examples of those left in the truth, to keep pushing, to be fearful, okay? All right, place our fear, all right, upon Yahweh Shema Shai. The fear of the Most High, the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai is the beginning of wisdom and knowledge, okay? Okay, I might do that. That might be my next lesson. But yeah, man, this devil is going to come down upon Jake. All right, Revelation 12:12. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, man. And that's what's going on. This devil knows the Lord is speeding up time. All right, pushing these, you know, these elites, these heathens, to set up the New World Order, and you know, therefore they're going to come down upon Jake, Israelites. All right, that's why they're doing all this wickedness. All right, being hypocrites. You know. All right, but mainly I wanted to get this precept. 2 Ezra 16:71. It says they. All right, who's it talking about? They. All right, Esau. All right, the board of wickedness. All right. It says they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. And hey, man, these ICE agents, these Border Patrol agents, all right, who have immunity, all right, behind Trump. And who's behind Trump? The small hats, the elites, all right. They have immunity to do these things to U.S. Citizens, all right. They just shot and unalived a Caucasian-looking woman, okay. Yesterday or the day before, man. And now, all right, they shot and injured 2 supposed Venezuelan gang members, man. Which they, you know, Mexicans, all right, Dominicans, Venezuelans, Guatemalans, Argentinians, you know, all of us tribes, Northern Kingdom, even Native Americans. Hey, you know, we look similar, all right. For the most part, we look similar, okay. And that's who this devil's going after, man. All right, because hey, Trump, all right, why did he attack? What was his reason to attack Venezuela? Because of drugs smuggling into America. All right, Maduro was, you know, behind all the drugs being smuggled into America, so we got to attack Maduro and put him on trial because of the drugs. No, man. All right, Colombia was actually, they were pointed the finger at them for actually doing that, and not really them. It was really Mexicans. You know, Mexico and the cartels. You know, and who's behind these cartels? These Latino cartels. All right, pushing drugs in America. The white man, Esau. All right, the United States, the FBI, CIA, and whatnot, man. Okay, do your research, man, because who funds these cartels, man? Oh, okay, research that. All right, and you'll find out it's the devil, and we all know who the devil is. Okay, and we have sellouts. All right, wicked men amongst our people. All right, following after their father, the devil, acting like their enemies. How do you say it? Doing worse than the heathens. All right, like the scriptures say, our people shall surpass the deeds of the wicked. All right, so you'll get wicked Israelites being even more wicked than Esau Edom himself, like these cartel members, and they're just one example. You know, hey, these Jakes, all right, these Southern Kingdom, all right, in America, all right, these gang members in America, man, okay, selling drugs to them people, you know, hacking, you know, stealing identities and you know, a fraud, okay, the Kia boys, okay, you know, all over the place, man. You know, Jake, you know, hey, there's ICE agents, you know, a big portion of ICE agents are Mexicans, Latinos, you know, in America, sold out, took the bag to be ICE agents, you know, not just white people, you know. So yeah, man, you know, we're in those times. All right, 2 days in a row, you know, ICE and then patrol, all right, border patrol, all right, shot people in America, man. Okay, you know, a U.S. citizen, a Caucasian-looking lady. I'm repeating myself, and a supposed Venezuelans, man. After Trump just attacked Venezuela, all right, and stole it, literally, you know, robbed, you know, took their president, all right, put him on trial, all right, in New York, you know, and he said the reason is because of drugs, but really it's because the resources and oil. They want to take over Venezuela because they have the most valuable sources of oil, all right, petrol, all right, in that country, and that's why they want that country, all right, and countries around them, because they're not the only country, all right. They want Cuba too. Cuba's high in resources, all right, you know, so they can fund this war train, this war machine that they're gearing up for war against the BRICS nations, against the bear, all right. That's why. And then, why do they want Greenland? Why does Trump want to take Greenland? It's because not because of the resources, you know, it's because of that's a key geographical position up there in the north, so they can get closer to those BRICS nations like Russia. Because Greenland, you know, it's not super close to Russia, but hey, that's a good point, all right, a good position right there if the U.S. could take Greenland, man. And on top of that, the EU, all right, they're not fucking with Trump trying to take Greenland. They're like, hey, man, if you even touch foot, you know, or think about attacking Greenland, we're going to attack you. And the UN, it's like the EU agreement between the United States and the other European countries, they're going to break ties. They're going to just shut it all down. And hey, man, you know, their allegiance together is going to be done. And that's prophecy. The 10 horns, all right. The EU nations shall hate the whore, because the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, is putting the spirit upon these devils, Israel, to put, you know, to force Trump to piss off all these countries, man, even their own allies, to start war, all right. And Israel, all right, a small little sliver of a little country over there in the Middle East is starting all this shit because the Lord wants them to, and it's Yapa. It's beautiful, man. The water Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you know, because hey, the words of the Lord, you know, shall stand. Roughly paraphrasing, the Lord's counsel shall stand. Whatever the Lord says, it's going to come to pass. All right, and we still got doubters, mockers, and scoffers of this truth coming up to camps, like that one Jake that came up to Manat Zagba in South Carolina. All right, mocking and scoffing, man, just an unbeliever. Mocking the truth, man. While we got all this prophecy popping off the page, okay, and we do nothing but prophesy and bring out the truth, you know. And this is a beautiful time to be in this truth, man, and stay in this truth. I don't want to be anywhere else. There's nothing else for me in this world, you know.